everyone, welcome back. I am super duper excited about this video series. It is the life cycle of my wet set. I'm going to be taking you through the entire span of what I do with my hair in between wet set curlings. I'll show you how I manage it at night, and I will show you how I style it every day. So every Thursday, the hair tutorial will be on the same wet set. So I'll be filming them like consecutively, but they'll still be released every Thursday. This is the first style that we did off of the wet set. This is great for those of you that panic when you take out a wet set and it is so curly that you don't know what to do, right? Because I love to start with a super curly wet set because it gives me the most longevity, because my hair really relaxes over those days, and you kind of know what your hair can take over a wet set. So I'm going to show you some styling options throughout that lifespan. Hope you guys are as excited as I am about this, so keep watching to see how we did this, because it was super curly, guys. I am not kidding. Like Shirley Temple was like, oh girl, that's some tight curls. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. For this look, I did an overnight wet set using my favorite Pepto-Bismol foam rollers, and these are 1/2 inch in diameter. If you have any questions about measuring your foam rollers, I measure from the center of the roller to the edge. So from there to there is a 1/2 inch. So all the way around from here to here would be 1 inch. For my setting lotion, I use Jane Carter's Wrap and Roll. This is my favorite setting lotion of the moment. And I just tie everything up at night with this netting that I got at my local beauty supply. It kind of keeps the rollers in place because, see, you can already see things are starting to fall out. Now for the setting pattern for this, I took my crown section here, separated them into 2 rows, and rolled everything back. So about 6 of them right up there. For the sides and the back, I just rolled everything down. So let's go ahead and keep on unrolling these. Now for the all-important brush out. This time around, instead of running my fingers through like I normally do, I'm just going to start brushing. And I am starting right at the kind of the side of the crown there and just brushing it off to one side. Don't be freaked out if you see this, if you see super tight curls. This is what the brushing does. We're going to spend time really brushing out those curls to really get them a little less frantic and a little more style. Duh. And if you've noticed, I am without my Denman brush today. I don't know what I did with it, so I'm just using this Divine brush that has a ton of bristles in it. It's great for brushing out curls as well. Its teeth are a little more flexible, so it doesn't get the pull through the hair like the Denman brush does, which is why I normally would be using that brush at this point. And as I'm brushing, I'm just brushing against my hand as well. That's going to help control any frizz and actually define the curls a little bit more. And if you still feel like it's not calming down, keep brushing. The best way that I do is to really pull it tight over the scalp of the hair, really brushing the curl to the ends. And already we're getting a much calmer curl. Don't worry, you are not going to brush the curl out of your hair. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of my wax, which is Style Sexy Hair's Control Maniac. This is a little bit heavier, so if you have a hard to keep curl in your hair even with wet sets, I would recommend using a water-based pomade instead of a wax base like this. And just run it through the hair. After you run it through the hair a little bit, then go up near the top of the hair and around the edges of the face. You just want to make sure that you don't get a big old plop right at the base of the hair, because then it can look super greasy. And you're just going to keep brushing until your curls start to lay much smoother like this. So you're getting a lot of that frizz out. So keep brushing. Now that everything has calmed itself down, we're actually going to start to style the hair. I'm going to do a center part because that's actually the part that is most flattering for my face. And I part pretty deep, just past the corner of my forehead. First thing I always deal with is dividing up what is going to make up the front section of my hair. So I'm just going to go almost to the back of the part here and cross and down. This is what is most likely going to make up my bang section. So I am just going to pin that out of the way. Now I want to have a little bit of lift from the base of my hair. So I'm actually going to take small-ish sections of hair, not super thin. Brush it up, and then I just take my teasing brush, which is a thin brush with a bunch of really dense bristles in, so it really grips into the hair and creates some good back combing. And I'm just going to do that right at the base and just real quick. Then I am going to take my hairspray, and right now I've been playing around with two hairsprays, both from Big Sexy Hair, one of which is Spray and Play, which is a light hairspray. It's a working hairspray, and also Spray and Stay, which is the hairspray you'll use at the end when you kind of want to cement everything in. Take about 3 sections, which is about halfway down the back of the skull. I know it's kind of super scary back there right now. We're going to work some magic. Basically, I'm going to take that brush and just lightly brush over the top of the hair here because we want it to look nice and smooth, but not lose any of the volume, so you don't want to brush all the way through the hair. Sadly, all of my long clips have disappeared, so I'm just going to use my small pin curl clips and basically just run your hair along until you feel where the curl starts, and you're just going to clip right along there. This is going to help kind of reinforce that wave into the curls. That way, if we want to go back in and we kind of want to brush some of these curls against our hand to make them a little more defined, we know that it's not going to move the upper portion here. Take your heavier hairspray and you're going to spray on top of the curls and then lift them and spray under the curls. And I just kind of take my fingers and zhuzh them into the hair. Perfect. And then we'll release the kraken that is our crown. Now I'm going to do, starting at the part, is I am going to take a thin section of hair, about like so, and I'm going to back comb right at the base, just a little bit, and just continue taking thin sections of hair, back combing. And if you need to, grab both pieces and do a little bit of back combing together. That'll help keep them joined together so that you don't end up with all those separated pieces. And you'll do that all the way to the other corner. I'm going to start brushing the outer layer of it. And then what I like to do as well is once the outer layer is brushed a little bit, I just grab the ends and brush it against my hand. I got this cute little wave that's happening right here. So you know what? Instead of forcing it, I'm actually going to work with it as well. So just holding on to the hair to maintain its structure in the front here, I'm just brushing lightly to direct that little wave. And I'm even going to pop a bobby pin clip in or two to keep that in place while we work on the rest of the hair. And so that I don't actually pull that down while I'm brushing, I'm holding on to it while I'm brushing down on the rest of the hair. On the lighter side, I just want to spray with my finishing spray. Kind of run my hand down it to make sure it kind of flattens any of those flyaways. Then I like to take these little half bobby pins, the mini bobby pins, and use those because that way they don't stick up out of the hair weird, and just pin. And I like to cross my pins so that they don't go anywhere and misbehave. Release the pins up top. And I'm just separating out some of the curls to get a little bit more volume on the side. I'm just taking some of the curls and forcing their directions. So we're getting nice little, almost like little pin curls happening. So I'm just taking a small section of hair, just kind of wrapping around my finger, letting it do what it's going to do, where it's going to bounce. And then giving that a spray. And then, so right here I have a big clump. Just going to separate that. Kind of wrap it around the finger, let it loose, and oop, we got a nice little curl there. Give it a spritz. And I think we'll do one more. Small section of hair separated from the rest, wrap it around the finger, let it spring, and spray. Because these curls are so tight from the wet set, you probably won't need any bobby pins, but if you do, go ahead and just pin right at the base to kind of keep them in. And there we go, day one of our wet set. Now to see day two of the life cycle of this wet set, you're going to want to tune back in on Thursday. And to make sure you don't miss it, you might want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way we will pop up in your subscription box when new videos are posted. That way you don't miss a minute of what goes on. As always, I love hearing from you, so go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of today's hair tutorial. And always, just let me know what's going on with life. How you doing? Alright, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye. We are back with a hair tutorial, and it is this great braided chignon. And this look is actually inspired by my love of all things Ava Perón. I have been listening on repeat while I've been sewing to the Evita soundtrack, which is one of my favorites. So I was like, I think I need to do a hair tutorial based on her.